Yo, what is up, everybody? Hopefully, this stream is working. I'm just going to need to do some preliminary tests to see if the audio is alright, so do bear with me just a moment while I sort that out. Hopefully, this stream is working. Yo, what is up, everybody? Hopefully this stream is working. I'm just going to need to do some preliminary tests to see if the audio is alright, so do bear with me just a moment while I sort that out. Hopefully this stream is working. Yo, what is up? Just realised I put an awful echo back into the chat there. Hopefully nobody was watching at the start. Okay, so I think we're good to go, finally, after a little bit of a kerfuffle I had. So let me just go to the chat. Okay, good. I think the stream is somewhat working. I'm just going to pop out the chat and add it as an overlay to the video, because that's always nice. And what I can do is I can start to close down all of these tabs. Okay. So just want to change the properties of this to that, and we want to blend to the screen. Can't remember how I had my chat yesterday. I think I had it down here, like so. Right, there we go. Part of this is set up. We're playing Deadpool. I do apologise if there's any issues with the stream. Please do let me know. I'm not really happy how the chat's gonna be looking. Pin that message in the chat. Okay, so yesterday was playing some Deadpool, which was kind of fun. I'm so discombobulated. Let's just start playing this. Just need to see on the stream itself if there's any like input lag, because I'm just trying a whole range of different things. Kind of getting blinded by the light there, so I'm just going to turn it away from my face. Wowie. Okay, 5 minutes in, half an hour late. I promise I'm not late. You was late. We're playing Deadpool. If anybody is watching live, I do apologise for the first 10 minutes and being late. Aiden, yo, what's up? Thank you very much. Yeah, there's lots of tattoos on my body, some Final Fantasy stuff here, there, and anime everywhere. Yeah, I'm just going to get into this because I've already wasted a little bit of time, but if you are tuning in live, feel free to drop a like on the video. That'd be very, very helpful to me. And if you're watching as a VOD catching up and made it this far, also drop a like as well. So if we remember in the last stream, the dog had our arm and our head was like twisted backwards, and we needed to untwist our head and put our arm back on. As always, for everybody in the live chat, if there's any issues with the stream, whether I'm lagging, the audio's lagging, or the game's lagging, do let me know because I will try and fix it on stream. Fingers crossed it is fixed. That's the reason why I was late, because I was just having a nightmare trying new settings and things like that. But hopefully it's good. Stupidly, I put the game into, well, not the game, but I was watching a YouTube video of how to set up like sort of optimal settings for streams, etc. And it said to put one of the settings to your monitor settings. So obviously I've got like a 4K monitor, so I was like, okay, let me put the resolution up to this. And then I checked the original stream, which I've now deleted, and I was streaming in like 4K. I'm like, no, this is why I was like lagging on the initial stream that I've deleted and like got them fixed. But before that, it wasn't even like I was just unable to even stream. Castromo, what is up? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. If you're at work, I hope this is gonna make work a bit better.
Here we go. Well, that was final.
So how's everybody's days been today? I hope everybody's been working hard. Aiden, that is fantastic news to hear that the stream is running smoothly. Amazing stuff. So yeah, I've watched a ton, not a ton, I need to still watch a few more videos, but I've kind of watched like loads of different setup videos, because obviously everybody's machines are different, so I just have to kind of apply the somewhat relevant bits to mine. So I've upped the bit rate. So yeah, hopefully it's all good. I guess we'll see. Working tonight and tomorrow, then you're off for a week. Nice, nice. Making the most of the Easter bank holiday weekend. Love to hear it. Hopefully a lot of gaming will be occurring in your week off, mate. Brought the Lego Marvel collection. Is that like a... Am I being silly here? Is that a game? Like a collection of Lego Marvel games, or is it like the actual like Lego figurines and stuff? Because that is super cool if it's the figurines themselves. That sounds sick. I was gonna say, like, the only the only Lego thing that I've got is this bonsai tree to make my room look kind of natural. Or put plants in it. I know some people do that. Castromo streaming. Yes, yes. Love to see that. I can't wait to tune in. Oh, wait. I'm so confused on where I need to go here. There's not like even a button to tell you like your waypoints. Do I have to hit this door maybe? Oh, up here. Is it up here? No idea where I'm going. I've kind of like plonked myself into like almost like the start, not the start, but like part of a different mission. I think I came this way, didn't I? Oh wait, no. I think I'm doing it. Ah, yeah, I'm doing it. Wow, that was completely by chance. I think I'm going the right way. Are you allowed, Castromo? Are you allowed to share what videos you're working on, or what we can expect to see? I was a big fan of going for the sort of like UFC platinum, or just kind of having like a time trial platinum. I think that I see people do like, they don't do platinums, but they play like a Steam game for like up to 2 hours and stuff. So like that concept is really cool, just to apply to a platinum. So I wonder if you got any more of that up your sleeve. So the Lego Marvel games, all of the DLC for £7. Jeez, that's a cracking deal. I take it those Lego Marvel games have platinums, right? I can, just from seeing some other content creators play Lego games, I can see they're quite grindy. I've got like the Lego Star Wars Skywalker collection, I think it is, and like I enjoyed it, but I probably should go back for the platinum, but it's just such a long game to get the platinum with all of. Is it the studs you collect?
All of these guys look to be cloned from some X-Men or another.
Yeah, one of the sort of genre of game, well not genre of games, but like genre of videos that I've found myself watching recently, and I can't remember the guy's name. I always like shout people out, well not shout them out because they're already big on YouTube, but I always talk about them without remembering their names. I think it starts with an R maybe, and this guy he goes into like dead games online, so he'll go onto Steam for instance and play a handful of dead games in quotation marks and see like uh, how the community is, if there's even a community there, how it plays, do the servers work, and it's like some of the games he plays are like not medieval, but kind of like World War One stuff and like hyper realistic games, but the communities are so small and niche. Very interesting videos playing dead games as such. Um, but I've seen a few other people do similar style videos now, but they've kind of branched it out to like, I watched a different one playing like dead horror, like online dead horror games with like no communities anymore. It's quite interesting if you ever happen to fall into that side of YouTube. Free platinums for free games. Yeah, I mean if it's £7, I do love a bargain. Like even if I like my backlog is not that bad to be fair, but I do have one. So yeah, I may have to give that a bit of a investigation if they're only £7. 100% prison break before they escape from the show. Have to have the show in the background. That is a very fun idea. I like that one. I've never seen Prison Break. I know it's quite.
Oh, what? You dicks hang out here often? Dude, seriously?
Sorry. What?
Nice dick. Haven't trained the old lizard since level 1. Dude, don't talk while I pee, alright?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, that's yeah. I've not seen Prison Break. I know like the first season is meant to be like really like good, but then to me, maybe in my simple peanut brain, if you escape prison once, I know they go back to different prisons, but I don't know. I just kind of was like, ah, what's the point? You know they're going to escape. But yeah, I don't know how many episodes are in the season, so platinum in the game. How long's the platinum? Sort of like, I'm assuming it'd probably fall in line with season 1. But yeah, that's a sick idea.
I think I just passed a stone. Okay, I get it. Never break the guy code again. Oh, shit. Damn it, I can't think of any good dick.
Yeah, I do need to watch, or at least watch the first season of Prison Break. It does. It's just one of those shows. It's kind of like Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. It's just something that is a good TV show that you kind of need to watch in a way. I've also tried to set up the replay buffer. Not quite sure. I just tried to do it there by using some hotkeys. I was like mapping some stuff, trying to be technical and cool, which. Okay, cool. I don't know how long. Excuse me. Yeah, so I've set up a replay buffer. Hopefully it works. But one of the videos I was watching is they actually recommended not saving your videos in an MP4 format. It's a different format. I'm on Mac as well, so I don't know what it's called. But this guy was saying to put it in a different format 'cause it's a lot safer in case the stream crashes or like you can kind of recover the file easier. But I don't know how to convert the file, so essentially I'll need to convert it to see how the recordings actually turn out. As a fail-safe as well, the streams are always on YouTube, so what I can do is just record or download the streams. But that does lose quality, sadly.
If at first you don't succeed, try left feet.
But yeah, no, as well, I can see as well like the settings. There's no dropped frames on this stream, which is super nice to see. And as well, my CPU is at 7.9%, which I think is pretty low. So that means there's not too much stress on the computer itself. Yeah, I think it's MKV. It was M something. I know it's like a longer word. But yeah, that's what I've done. So I just need to convert that footage somehow. But the only problem is I find with using a Mac is that the footage files sometimes can be a bit of a pain in the ass to like put into iMovie and edit. Like when I used to transfer data from my PlayStation 5 with a USB, sometimes it wouldn't format correctly, and you just wouldn't be able to watch the videos on a Mac. Really weird, very hit and miss. So yeah, hopefully we don't crash. I do have to say though, when I close OBS, it like force quits, and then whenever I open it, it comes up with a warning. So I don't know why it doesn't shut down properly, but such is life. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming till about 7:20. So we've got about another hour and 7 minutes of stream time. So I've got to play some football this evening, so I need to drive there. I think when you at people, if you just do like the @ sign and start typing their name, it should sometimes automatic. I think yeah, Aiden's just explained it. The name should pop up, but I've had the experience where the name doesn't pop up, which can be quite frustrating sometimes. It's really hit and miss, I find, on mobile. So I've been in streams with like when there's thousands of people, and somebody's like one of the mods has like responded to my question or something, which was super helpful. And I'm trying to say thank you, but the @ wasn't working. I felt so rude. Right, I'm switching all of these things on, and logically thought I'd be going here, but clearly not. I would. I think it's just hit and miss when it decides to work. Like do you know sometimes when you send, I don't know if people send emails a lot, but kind of like in work or when I invite somebody to a Teams meeting, when I like at them, the more times I type people's name in, so like people on my team, for instance, if I meet up with them a lot, they'll be like suggested if I just type in like the letter A, for instance. A person's name of A would come up, and I think it could be the same with like the YouTube chat on mobile. It's very like temperamental, maybe, of the people you interact with. I don't know. It is quite buggy, put it that way.
Deadpool, what the hell is High Moon doing to my game? We'll use the money I transferred to your account and patch this shit.
Yeah, let me just. They're patching the game.
Money well spent.
Let me just pull up the stream and see if I can @ Yeah, no, so on my mobile I can't even @ anybody either. So it is really weird of when it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Quite rubbish if you ask me, but that's just YouTube for you. As a streaming platform, do people prefer watching like their favorite streamers on Twitch or YouTube, or if you like the creator, do you just follow them wherever they go, or do you just, you know, have a preference and stick to it? Because previously I'm very much I prefer YouTube, just obviously because of YouTube videos and having like a storage place, because like if you want to save streams, you can put a playlist of like your favorite streamer together and like save them, and like the videos technically are there for longer than Twitch. So honest, I think I do prefer YouTube just a little bit. But then I have followed some of my like favorite content creators over to Twitch as well. So I guess I use both, but yeah, I think there's good things to both platforms. Like I like on, this is such a lazy thing. I know it'd be solved with YouTube Premium, but when you get adverts on like stream, well not streams, but if you watch like a VOD of a stream, you can get like adverts, and if I'm trying to like chill in bed watching something and an advert pops up and I have to like hit skip, it's the longest thing ever. But on Twitch, if you do happen to get ads on there, it's it just does it for you. So it's just a tiny little thing, and probably my laziness. Yeah, to be honest, I think it's just hard to get noticed anyway. You just kind of have to be really consistent, and I could be crazy in saying this, but I do think there's a lot in it of it, like there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you just need to be a little bit lucky and hope that, you know, whether it's an algorithm picks up or I don't know, you do something that goes viral, you know, and then how you capitalize. But yeah, it's probably like 90% hard work. Probably not even that, like 95% hard work and 5% luck maybe.
If you saw what we saw, you wouldn't be saying that. That makes no sense.
I also got like a minor copyright strike yesterday for the first live stream. It was like the intro of the game, like the intro music. That's why when I started the stream I wasn't on the main menu, because apparently that track gives you a oh my goodness, how are the jiggle features? Sorry, such a pervert. Oh, there's a trophy progress for mingling with the ladies. Let's go. Nice.
Deadpool. So I totally told her this wasn't going to be a hot party, so she didn't come. Thank God, she's not cool enough to hang out with Deadpool. I know. I can't believe she has 2% body fat. I mean, really? Oh my God, this conversation is so cliche. I know.
Yeah, I do think that YouTube Premium would be such a good. Maybe it's I think it's definitely an investment, just because it saves you time. But I just refuse to pay it. I just think the entry to it is like such a, what is it like? Is it 60? It's over like £10 a month, right? Or am I going crazy? Like it is on the pricier side of a subscription. So I just kind of look at that and I think, "Oof, I'm already paying for so many other streaming services, despite me using YouTube the most, probably."
Me neither, sweet cheeks. That means we get something in common.
To worm.
Dance party!
Jeez, look at me. I got the riz.
Hi, name's Deadpool.
But luckily, on this live stream, you're not plagued with ads. I'm not yet, anyway.
That's me. So, wanna make out?
No way.
Who else do I need to mingle with? You? No? You. £12 isn't too bad. I thought it was a lot more expensive. But yeah, it lets you like, yeah, you can download your podcast, can't you? And also like, oh, there we go.
Why, hello, nurses.
And also like music as well. So I remember like back in the day, like when before Spotify was a thing, I'd play like music on YouTube and I'd lock my phone and it would stop the music. I feel like they're probably 10 years too late for the invention, but oh, we just got a trophy, social butterfly. for interacting with all of the ladies. So, fantastic. See, this replay buffer thing does confuse me because it says like start replay buffer, so that because I've set it to like record 120 seconds. Does that record like the previous 120 seconds, right? But then like you can stop it. So don't know. Interesting. I'm gonna have a load of files because I just keep spamming it.
What the hell? You mean this whole party was just in our head? Surprise! Huh?
Sinister's got plans for you.
Hey, let me go. Deadpool!
Payback time, you phasing son of a bitch. You can do better than that. Where did all the babes go? They were never here.
Where did all the babes go? Yeah, that was going to be my next question. If you've got YouTube Premium, that kind of negates the use for Spotify. I would say anyway, so yeah. I'm going to say YouTube has pretty much everything, doesn't it? There's so many songs that I'd want to listen to that just aren't on Spotify, so you'd have to go to like SoundCloud, for instance. Or YouTube. Oh, he's up there. Thought it was just a portal. Yeah, to be fair, when you look at it like holistically, the having like YouTube Premium and then having it access to all of that music and podcasts as well probably is really worthwhile. I'm just kind of so start a replay buffer means it's now recording, and when you hit save it will make file for the last. Okay, so if I started it now, it would go from now forwards in time for 120 seconds. Have I got that right? It's not like the PlayStation button where you hit share and you click like 30 seconds and it saves the 30 seconds back in time. I think I've explained this really, really confusingly. Yeah, that's what I mean as well. Like, I'm kind of just set up in the Spotify like eco space right now, and as well, I think my family's on a family plan, so I don't actually pay for it. I think if I had to sort of do it myself, I'd definitely look at different options. But yeah, sort of having all of my playlists done, it's just kind of convenient, I guess. But like, if I was to switch, I'd like even Apple Music is sort of like evolved into a much better place now. Like, you can do like karaoke and shit on it, I'm pretty sure. Like, it takes away the lyrics. Yeah, YouTube Premium does. You've sold me.
Two extra slices for just $9.99.
I'm so glad you can jump up and do them higher kills. One of like my really big gripes with, not, it's actually not really that deep at all, but in Final Fantasy like Remake and Rebirth, like when there's flying enemies, you're obviously like forced to use characters either with like magic abilities or Barret or Tifa to like shoot them at range, but like I so often find myself like just not having like the right party members for some of the interactions. I'm just like, it'd be really helpful if like Cloud could jump up in the air and start a combo, but there's no jump button in the game. Like the only way to get up in the air is like if I chain together an airborne attack. It's just like one tiny thing. I'm like, surely you could just add a jump button to the game.
It is I, a well-compensated establishment provocateur. We need to reconnect that wire somehow.
I need to reconnect the wire. What? I swear I just saw the wire. Where is it? I literally just saw it. Oh, so you start and leave it on. So like on the settings that I've got in like the bottom right hand corner, I don't want to share the desktop because you're going to get like the inception and it'll be quite hard to see, or the screenception, sorry, but it has start recording and then start replay buffer, but like when I click start replay buffer, it oh, okay, there's a button next to it that says save replay, so then that will jump backwards. Oh, okay, and then stop the replay buffer will stop it. I think I've got it. Thank you for explaining that. So I just need to click the little save icon and it will go backwards. Right, so I've all of the content that I thought I may have recorded at the start of this stream, I did not. Whoops. Oh well, it is. Thank you so much, mate, for helping with that, because I am so clueless. I'm a silly old man. Sorry, I need to catch up in the chat. Immortals, Minecraft Legend, and Skull Hero. No, I've not actually seen the PlayStation lineup for next month. And in fairness, I'm kind of a visual person, so maybe if I see the pictures of the games, I'll know what they are. Besides Minecraft, I don't know what those games are. Can you vouch for them? Are they good games? Because I've not actually heard of them. Yeah. Cristiano, I found the button. I'm such an idiot. I saw the button, and like originally when I pressed it, and I was like, oh, probably don't know what that does. I just won't touch it. But you want to play Final Fantasy, but not too sure. This game is so jokes. Yeah, I got into Final Fantasy because I watched my uncle play. I've always seen him play them grow up, but the one that I remember the most was Final Fantasy like 10 and 10-2. Those were the ones I saw, but then obviously like he would go back and play games like 7 and 8, so I kind of got a bit of exposure to them, and I think the characters in 7 and 8 are just so cool as well. The ones in 10 are also cool. The majority of Final Fantasies are quite cool. In terms of where to start, a lot of, like, for instance, my uncle is a true sort of like JRPG player, so he tried to play the remake that came out in 2020 of Final Fantasy 7, and he just didn't like it because it was so sort of like modernized. But for me, as a modern gamer, let's say it, somebody that observed, you know, gaming in the early 2000s, which was quite different to what it is now, I've kind of, I don't know, I've grown up liking being able to control the person instead of turn-based games. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake and now Rebirth would be a really good introduction to Final Fantasy. A game that was, again, a lot of people online seem to clown it, but Final Fantasy 16, I would say, it's not. I can see why people may dislike it because it doesn't play like a traditional Final Fantasy, but it kind of adheres to the sort of returning players, but it is very new player friendly. Like it's really easy to get into and like play, which I can appreciate because sometimes you just don't have the time to put a lot of effort into a game. So like you can change the settings in them. I think you can do it in 7 remake and 16, but you can kind of change the settings to make it a bit easier if you wanted to, or you can play it traditionally, in quotation marks. But yeah, I don't think I really answered which one you should play. I say you should play them all. But no, again, I'm very much I love the series, but I'm not very like good at them. So I think I prefer the modern ones because they're slightly easier. Like I tried to play the Final Fantasy X, like PlayStation 4. Is it a remaster, like the port? And it's not even that far into the game. It's probably about 8 hours in, maybe even less. And you come up against a guy called Seymour, like one of the first big bosses in the game, and he just completely shat on me. And I was like, I need to understand the sort of the level up system of Final Fantasy X, 'cause it uses like a spear grid, which is like really different to other Final Fantasy levelings. And yeah, he just kept kicking my butt, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm just gonna turn off. Like I know what happens anyway, and I'm not having fun. So I do mean to go back to the game and sort of almost YouTube a build that would help me complete it, but I kind of think it takes away the purpose of playing the game. But yeah, 10 is good, but can be difficult. Some people as well that are quite skilled at the game may just laugh at me and be like, oh, you're so rubbish, it's easy. But I see online a lot of noobs, I'm calling myself a noob here, do get stuck at that Seymour fight in like the mountains. No, so 16 is, it's got that Ben guy, I can't remember his name, he's always on Twitter, the voice actor, he's really funny as well. He plays Clive, the protagonist in 16, so yeah, 15's the one with the boy band, as you've put it there, driving around in the car. 16's kind of like Game of Thrones in a way, well, it's just medieval, but yeah, it's really good, and the story as well. I wasn't expecting to be blown away as much. I kind of like picked it up on a sale, on a whim, thinking, you know, it's not been well received, but let me try it myself. So I didn't really have high expectations, but it was so good. Like the world was so big, there was so much to do. I sunk a lot of time into it, and it didn't feel like I was like, sometimes when you play a game you get quite frustrated. Like because you're conscious that you're grinding a game, but like with 16 it just felt like I wasn't, it was just like effortless in a way. Really good, really fun. Definitely recommend it. And as well, I think it's on sale at the minute on PlayStation, in the PlayStation Store. Get it for about 30 quid or something, which for a huge game is pretty good. Yeah, isn't Final Fantasy 14 like the multiplayer, like MMO? Because yeah, it is kind of free to play, right? But obviously you need to like, you can get to a certain point and then you have to pay. So I remember if 14 is the MMO one, I remember trying to play it and it just felt like I needed a mouse and keyboard. It just felt so complicated. Yeah, 14 is the MMO. I remember trying to play it with a friend because he was really into it, and I was like, oh, let me just give this a chance, and I couldn't even get out of the starting area of the game. Don't know if that's just really poor level design, or me just being shit at the game. Maybe a combination of both. But yeah. 15, I remember playing that back in the day, and it was quite fun. But I don't know if I'd recommend it as a first Final Fantasy, in all honesty. I'd say you've got a safe bet with playing either the 7 remakes or 16. Just depends really. I could be considered quite a lazy gamer. think the Final Fantasy, like the Lightning stuff, isn't that like a trilogy? Wasn't that 13? Yeah, I think it's so weird. They released like what three of the three parts of Final Fantasy 13 on PlayStation 3, and I'm just surprised it's never got like a port over to PlayStation 4. Because while it did get, I think I've played the first Final Fantasy 13 ever so briefly, because my uncle had it. So like when I logged in on my account at his or at my nan's, where he had the PlayStation, I played like the intro of it. Never really got to give it a fair shot because I was too young to understand complex games, kind of, at that time. But yeah, Final Fantasy 13, like the Lightning stuff, got so much hate. But I feel like people have kind of come around to it a little bit and kind of appreciate, like, don't want to say how good it is because I've not played it, but I don't think it's as bad as people made out. Kind of like the Blade Runner film, like in the cinema, that film absolutely tanked, but it's such a big meme now and obviously quite a good film, so.
Hey, what's your blood type?
Aiden, have you played any of the... Well, how many Final Fantasies have you played, if you've played any? Any recommendations from you? Recommendations from the chat? I had such a interesting YouTube comment on one of my older videos earlier today. It was I love sort of like observations or comments that are like, I'm not hating, but, and then proceeds to hate. Apparently they didn't like the way that I said Uncharted. Or I don't even know how you say it. Is it Uncharted or Uncharted? Like, I really don't know. But that game, or that series of games, apparently they didn't like the way I was saying it, which could be wrong in fairness. I did go onto like the Google Translate and listen to how it sounded. I thought I sounded like the robot, but. Oh, I didn't know there was a God mode on like the original, like obviously the port, the remaster. Didn't realise I knew you could like speed it up a little bit, because that's like one of the common problems. I think you can do it in the 10 remaster as well. One of the problems of the older Final Fantasies is that they were so slow. So yeah, being able to like speed them up must be an absolute godsend. I was speaking to my dad about obviously the new Final Fantasy Rebirth, and he was telling me about his like experience in uni when he was playing the original Final Fantasy 7, and he was talking about some of like the end game boss fights, and he was saying that he would literally have to leave his PlayStation 2 for like hours just to complete certain boss battles against like the weapons, like the big bosses, because he was saying that he would use Knights of the Round Table, one of the summons, and the summon itself takes a good while to load in, or not load in, but I'm so smart. I'm not 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 smart. Fuck. Yeah, so he was saying that back in the day it used to take so long for the summon to happen, and then he had like one of the moves on where it would copy the attack or like repeat it, so all of these knights are performing the same move, and it was just such a, I think like the animation was like a good 5 minutes to like load in as well. So thanks for chilling, dude. Maybe I'll be online or be still streaming, but if not, have a good evening if I don't manage to catch you. Uncharted, yeah, like I don't Uncharted or Uncharted, like I don't like at this point I started questioning my like what the game was even called. But yeah, that game apparently I can't say it. Well, they don't like the way I say it. That's quite a joke, speaking about Final Fantasy and sort of JRPGs who've just got a Final Fantasy text box and nothing in the chest. That's nice.
Enough already. Wonder I stopped playing JRPGs.
Oh, he's literally just said, no wonder I stopped playing JRPGs. Quite fitting, huh? It's almost like the game can read my mind. See, I did think about going down that approach, and I do love having a bit of sass sometimes to comments because it's just funny. But I was just like, oh, good thing that I've platinumed the entire series, so you won't be seeing any more videos. But speaking of, aren't they meant to be making another Uncharted? If that's how you say it, game. I think that Naughty Dog, there is Naughty Dog that makes them, right? Like I just feel like Naughty Dog could be doing so much more. Like they've got The Last of Us, another game kind of in the pipeline, and there's rumours about another Uncharted game. Like I'm just thinking, surely this is kind of the point where you just set up a new IP of games, because to me I feel like the Uncharted series is finished. It had a good ending. Like 4 was good, but it kind of felt like it wasn't really needed. And yes, I do need to play The Last of Us Part 2 in hindsight, but again, the way that I think that ended, you could probably just leave the story there. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like they could be doing something else maybe. But the question is, where do I have to go to? So, what are they going off at you about? For what I don't understand. Like, what? Unless like you're like purposely making a video to like offend somebody or be like racist, homo, like things like that. I don't understand why people would just like hate. Just hate it. I just don't understand the process. Like, it just. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. But that's just some people. I do feel a bit sorry for people that do sort of post them comments, because I do think, oh, their life must be so sort of like upsetting maybe that they have to go online to be mean to others. But you know, if that floats their goat, then fair play. Yeah, an interaction's an interaction at the end of the day, so if people want to waste their energy hating, let them. It's another click, isn't it? The positives of it. So they're remaking the first game. I do have to say, sort of going back and playing the remastered one, it is fucking awful. I thought, like the controls. I think I've definitely touched on this in one of my like nostalgia-ish videos, but like I just can't believe how far gaming has come in a way from, if you play Uncharted 4 and it's just so seamless and smooth, to the first one where it's just a clunky piece of poo. Like it really does kind of ruin the memory. But again, like fair play if they're doing the Last of Us treatment of like fully remaking the game from the ground up and making it a lot better, but it's like it doesn't need to be done. Like you can still play the PS4 version, which is good enough. Like I understand remaking Final Fantasy or any of the older Final Fantasies from PlayStation 1 or 2, because like the port is either going to just be a HD remaster, or if you remake it, it's going to look sick. Like it looked good enough anyway. So yeah, it is quite frustrating with publishers or developers, whatever they're called, of just not making a new game. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to bring up any previous trauma by bringing up that previous comment. So you don't have to have to find it if you don't want to. I'm conscious it could be quite upsetting. Oh, I didn't know you could stand behind cover and still shoot people. Wow. I can't lie, I think for Uncharted 4 I ended up turning on the aim assist settings for like people that have I don't know what, I'm trying to think what it is. Just kind of like if people have got some kind of, is it like a visual? Like obviously you can play games if you're blind. Maybe it's like a visual thing, so it has aim assist. I don't know. But anyway, there's some accessibility feature, and I just turned on the aim assist for the fourth one at the very end on the hardest difficulty. I just found it. There was like the last mission in the shipyard that was just fucking awful. Oh, my watch is telling me to stand up.
You know, we should probably explain to the player how our teleporter works.
It runs on kitten farts.
No, really. All the nerds out there will want to know.
Fine. For the purposes of creating an entertaining mechanic that players can employ to achieve an optimal amount of fun factor, we limited our teleporter to a shorter range than usual.
Yay! Hey again.
Oh no, the dog.
You taking me to Rogue? Oh, if you were still breathing, you would have loved that.
FYI for all you nerds out there getting all puffy over the fact that Rogue in the comics currently does not have the power to fly. Well, you can officially move out of your parents' basement, get a job.
So you got called an elitist pig and said you had a closed mind because you told new trophy hunters not to go for easy platinums and auto pops. I kind of struggle to find the correlation between elitist pig and telling people not to go for auto pops and a closed mindset. Ugh, that person really is, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say the same thing. Like, if you're starting out trophy hunting, you kind of want to have. Again, it's all personal, but you want something that you can kind of be proud of, and you know, sort of look back on and enjoy. So I think like the Marvel Spider-Man, it's an easy platinum, but it's still like a not difficult, but you have to put some work in to get it. Like that's a very good first platinum for people to get. Yeah, autocorrect is to be fair, I'm not actually noticing it too much. Maybe like my brain works in autocorrect, or it just automatically works it out, processes it.
Hold up! Got an idea.
But yeah, like for instance, I saw some guy on Twitter the other day. I don't think he makes any content, but he's active on the Twitter community. He reached 10,000 platinums the other day, which is like I think the world record of the most amount of platinums. But that's an insane amount and such a sick achievement. But then I did think, how many auto pops are potentially on that like trophy list? Oh, what are we playing as the director now? And like when I look at my trophy list, I've always said to myself that I'll never platinum shovelware games, and I do stick to that in essence. If I wasn't making content for the YouTube channel, or if I wasn't making a video, or if it wasn't related to an idea, I've kind of like shifted my opinion of shovelware content in a way, to kind of cut some corners. But sort of if I'm just sitting, not recording, playing a game, I would never buy a shovelware game, and I would never play it off of my own accord. It's always because I've got something to do. But yeah, I mean, if some people like want to play shovelware, just do whatever, man. It's your platinum list. But yeah, it sucks that that guy's had such a mean comment, but it is what it is. Yeah, facts. Like, yeah, he said the completely right thing. Do whatever you want. It's your account. You can offer a suggestion, but you don't have to take it as gospel. That's the thing as well. It's like being on YouTube. People kind of are happy to give their opinions out, but like they don't like listening to other people's opinions. It's kind of like their way or nothing.
You look surprised. Are you
But yeah,
surprised?
I can't say I've ever sort of like hated, like maybe in my younger years I've like left a troll comment or something, but I honestly just don't think that. Sometimes I get frustrated by like Instagram reels or TikToks and stuff, and I find it like really helpful if you kind of like, I'm not saying I write like hatred comments, but like it could be like, oh, like really, like I didn't, what was the point in that? And it's like I'll kind of like comment something witty, and then I'll think about the other person and then delete it, because there's no real big difference between clicking send and then just deleting it. Like you've kind of already got it out in a way, and you don't need to project like the troll or the hate outwards. So that's what I find myself doing. Like I don't even know why I get such silly recommended things on my like Instagram reels. It'll be like some, I mean, I don't know if this is a shared thing in the chat, but everybody seems to have a podcast now and is like an expert on things. And like this video just popped up of this like 17-year-old trying to give like life advice, and I was just like, brother, relax yourself, have some fun. You know. Like, yeah, craziness. Watching such a regimented young person, which is fantastic that they're so disciplined, but it's kind of like you do need to have some balance in life and kind of just have fun. But yeah, as well, a fun fact is if you hit not interested on a video that you didn't like watching, if you click like not interested and then like click the reason, apparently it doesn't give the person the view or like the engagement. So if you ever come across a thing that you don't like, you can always do that. And also it should put your feed into a bit of a better algorithm. Yeah, I honestly think that if you want to do a podcast, you need to get like almost like a driver's license. Like you need to get a podcast license to allow you to buy the equipment. And I think that the equipment should be like 10k, like just for a good microphone should be 10k, just to price people, silly people out of it, because you can go onto a podcast and say anything and say, oh guys, basically this was based on a scientific study, or you could just make something up like that's completely false but sounds so confident and as if you're an expert, and then you'll have a bunch of unfortunately silly people that may believe that this crazy theory is true. So yeah, it's interesting world and interesting time that we live in.
Guess this is the real Sinister. Maybe if you kill him stealthily, he'll die for reals this time.
We'll need to be extra quiet. No shooting, throwing grenades, or funny business.
They better not mess this up and alert the guards. They get it, and we get it. Up close and personal. Sinister won't know what hit him.
Remember, silent but deadly.
Like bad dog farts. Later, dickhead.
Oh man, things this guy says are so jokes. I tried to do the stealth. What do you mean? Yeah. Do you know, like, I kind of rate being able to speak about something with so much confidence. Like, it is a fantastic skill to have, but at the same time, it's just, you need to know when's the right place to do it, you know. Why can't I execute that guy? Yeah. I mean, out there, maybe some 16-year-olds do have valid life advice that they could give me, but it's probably quite unlikely that that's the case. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at stealth. What the fuck?
Come on now. Assassinate these fools quietly. Thanks for playing, chump.
Oh, I've moved my PlayStation off of my desk and put it like on an under desk bracket, which is like how did they see me? Like, the PS5 is such a big chungus of a device. It took up so much desk space.
Okay, this is
But I was gonna buy a new desk just to free some space up. But then I actually thought, oh no, let me put it under my desk. I've made sure that it's ventilated, so hopefully it doesn't overheat and whatnot. But I just keep knocking it because it's kind of the way that I've positioned it. I had to put it so it had enough ventilation, like, on each side. But obviously that means that I'm, you know, somewhat prone to. Who saw me? I'm somewhat prone to
we have to sneak up on Sinister.
knocking it sometimes, and it's not good for my knee, and it's also not good for the console itself.
It's gonna leave a mark.
But yeah, under desk storage, like the brackets you can get for the console, I'd recommend it. Frees up a lot of space. You can put them on walls as well. Stacy doing her makeup, talking about the Blackpool butcher who kills kids. Just out of interest, is the Blackpool butcher a real thing or not? This is quite sadistic, but I've said to like so many people, like, the UK hasn't had like a serious serial killer in so many years. Like, I know like within like the past couple of years there was that nurse that, like, unfortunately, like, murdered all of those like babies and stuff, which I guess could be a serial killer. But when you like think about it, there's like been like the Yorkshire Ripper, and I think that's probably like one of the most notorious serial killers in the UK, and that was what, in like the 90s or something, where like there was curfews. I just find it crazy that in this world, I don't know, there's just not more, because like in America there's like what is it, like a murder every hour or something in like a state? Ah, okay, it's a made up one. Hopefully that doesn't inspire any other people in the chat to name themselves the Blackpool Butcher. But yeah, like there's just not, like, maybe that's just the UK sniffs out the danger so quickly and shuts it right down. But another thing is, I reckon they just don't say anything. Like, I reckon so many times, like whether it's like terror plots or like killers and stuff, they just don't release the information to the public, probably just to avoid public scare.
That's not gonna heal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that does make sense. The technology nowadays is so much greater than it was back in what, the 90s. Like, it's like Big Brother now. Like, I could probably leave my house and there's going to be a camera tracking me all the way down to the wherever I go to the shop. I do have to say, I was so bad at that section that it just skipped the section for me. And it just, fair play. You just got a trophy, game over, and that is for Stealth Kill Sinister. Fucking hell, I can't believe I was so bad at that. It just put me to the end of it. Fucking hell. I need some big gamer tips. No idea why I kept getting caught either. I was kind of rushing it, but
Idiot. You killed another clone.
oh, it was a clone. There was quite a, oh, I say I've not seen it yet, but there's quite an interesting film coming out, I think maybe in April, and it follows the perspective of like a killer. It's like a slasher film, and it follows the perspective of the killer, which is an interesting concept for a film. I think it's going to be at one of those, like, one of them like film festivals. I think there's like a horror one, so it's kind of like, I think the concept of it's good, but I don't know how good the execution will be of it. Just got another trophy there. Game on. What's that for? Hehe, good times. That sounds like a fantastic trophy. There's an Irish streamer that killed his girl and he had a fake stream. Oh, I feel like I heard about this or saw something about it. Like I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but I know that, actually I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I have seen something on that, but then I'm thinking of another case. There was like I think there was like a police officer that killed their partner or something and tried to like cover it up, and they like went to their mum's house, but the mum was like, "You've just killed like your girlfriend or the girl you're seeing, like, I'm calling the police." But yeah, no, I think I've seen something about, oh my goodness. There's quite a few people that have like died on stream or been killed on stream. Like, Ireland is really close to home as well. So it's crazy to think that happens like just on the doorstep. But like in America, you think, oh, it's America, like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, everyone has a gun sort of thing. It's quite easy to, I guess, kill, but it's crazy. So I need to counter attack while he charges. Oh, okay, this is how we get him. Fucking hell, this guy's gonna be tough. You're dropping jokes in the fake stream, what a doofus. I mean, that's why people are criminals, because they're stupid. Like, why would you even... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But then neither does killing a person, so... doesn't make any sense. Ugh. It'd be interesting to know like how loyal his fan base is, like whether some people almost defend, I don't want to say defend, but like still fucked with him even after that, if that makes sense. Like sometimes you can see the facts but you still just refuse to, like, I don't know, stop. I know obviously he'll probably be in prison so you can't watch him stream from prison, but like if he was a like music artist, sometimes people still listen to like their music, for instance, or film people. Yeah, I wonder if anybody like still fucks with him despite that. But some people do have a bit of a serial killer kink, don't they? No reload.
See these? These are bullets. You don't need
I feel like I could have scared off loads of viewers as well talking about serial killers. It is crazy though, like in America, how many flipping serial killers they are. Like I done Doctor Who and tour reviews. That's, I do think of things and I think, like, how do people think of the idea and then stream the idea, and then how do people watch the, like, do you know what I mean? It's such like a niche market, so of course like he was probably popular because he was the only one doing it, but it's just like such a niche thing to think of. Yeah, quite strange.
Holy shit!
Is that even legal?
Rogue, baby, you're sucking too much of my. Oh.
Oh, my.
What's going on here?
We're in her head now.
Girls are as fun as ever.
If only I had the scene to zoom in on my face.
It's showtime.
We in her head?
Enjoy it while it lasts. We have boobs attached to us.
I find the crazy thing in America is that you can like own guns, but Kinder Eggs are banned. Like I know it gets thrown around a lot to Americans and sort of get clowned for it, but I do find it kind of comical that they can't have a little children's toy inside of a chocolate. Speaking of though, how good is the Kinder Egg chocolate? Like, wow, it is truly like crack. Not like I've tried crack, but you get what I mean. Drugs are bad, okay? But
Don't forget sass.
Am I too much woman for y'all?
I was gonna say in America as well, there's probably just so many like serial killers that are just active because they can't be caught. Like I take this with a pinch of salt because it is on the internet and I've not fact checked it, but there's an image of like people being reported missing in America. It's like a thermal heat map, and it's got like people going missing and where the area, and I don't know if it's where the bodies have been found or where they're missing, but essentially like where it occurs is during sort of like, oh, we just got an achievement, Lady Deadpool like complete landed in prison. The essentially like the heat map just shows that where all of these people have been kidnapped or gone missing. Oh no, don't die, dog. I hope the dog didn't die there. Why is the game paused it? It was on my lap. What on earth? Is that meant to happen? Oh, oh! What the fuck?
No guts, no gore.
Sorry, back to my point. Essentially, where people go missing, they put it like on a heat map, and essentially where bodies were either found or wherever they're missing is under or where like mountains are and just like vast bits of land with nothing. So it was kind of like the correlation between of like, oh, there's probably loads of people here, and there was a lot of people because like England's quite dense for the most part. Like it's mainly like buildings and like cities and stuff, and like even if it is just a vast bit of land, like the Lake District or Peak District, there's still like loads of people like walking there, so you'd never be able to like hide anything there. Yeah, I'm so glad that you know what. that, oh my goodness, what is this? What the? What? Okay, that's quite jokes. Yeah, I'm glad that you knew what I was on about. It is some, I don't know if it's some kind of map, heat map, and it links to like cave systems, alluding to people that go missing or put in the cave systems in America. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, let's see what happens here. We did just get a trophy. Probably watch this cutscene and cut the stream because I do need to
Hey, babe, good to see you. Dad, my girl.
finish up.
Otherworldly. Hot.
Let's just watch this little comic book to tell us about this character. Hopefully we're into a new section and I'll be wrapping up the stream in uno momento. Is that Deadpool just going out with death?
Hey, babe, good to see you.
Mole men are coming up to steal our women and children. Yes, yes, yes. And while we're there, the lizard people will rise up as well with the mole men. The mole people and the lizard people will unite and take over.
Mr. Sinister is exhuming.
I think it would be so cool to be part, like something else, like a different species. Assuming you could still keep a more or less human form, just have powers. Be quite cool. But then that's every superhero thing, isn't it?
You want me to free their souls, my bony muffin?
Yes.
I got this, babe.
Deadpool.
Yes,
Oh, I love
my
the
bony bride.
dancing.
Pull yourself together.
What a dream. Ha! We're sending you down the tracks.
Surely you could jump out of that, right?
Legs! Reattach! Oh, how we missed thee.
Okay, I'm just gonna kill these guys here, and then I won't go to the next section. Or I will. Hopefully, the next section doesn't have more guys in it.
Mustard with that?
Thanks, Paulo, for the kind words there, and joining me on this journey so far. Hopefully, I can continue the good streams and keeping everybody entertained. Right, so maybe I need to go up there. This is such an awful trap, like saying, "Oh, the next thing I'll cut the stream. I promise. I will go and play football like I'm meant to." How do I even get up there? I have to go through here, right? This is the thing. I don't know how well the checkpoints are in this game, so I don't want to. For fuck's sake. I don't want to go and do something and then have to like replay everything. Surely by hitting this, I should hit a checkpoint. I'll definitely hit a checkpoint. Cool. Right, let's call it there then. I'll try and stream tomorrow. Probably a little bit later, maybe about 7 to half 7, and I'll probably do another short stream of about an hour or so. And then in terms of the weekend, I've got a busy Easter like long weekend planned with friends and such. So unfortunately won't be able to stream because I'll be occupied. But I'll probably, dependent on how my schedule is on Monday, is it Easter Monday? I'll be back on Monday, if not next week. But if you don't follow me on Twitter already, it's kind of like underneath or below me, or I don't know. It's somewhere there on the screen at Defroth on Twitter, and I'll just tweet out my schedule. I do appreciate it is quite frustrating watching your favourite streamer and them not having a consistent schedule. But the more that I get into this and the more I get a structure and sort of like balance my personal life of streaming, then I can commit to a really good stream schedule as well. So anyways, thank you everybody that has joined the chat so far and was active, Paulo, Castroma and Aiden as well, and all of the people that were lurking as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Drop a like if you haven't already, and if you're watching the VOD as well, drop a like and comment, and I will see you later everybody. Thank you so much.